Walaikum ma'am.
Walaikum assalam. Okay, so let's start vertebrates. So the vertebrates are the animal those are having backbone. And the five broad category of vertebrates are fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammal. This we know. Yes. Tell me the five broad categories of vertebrates.
And your voice is not. Ma'am, the broad, ma'am,
Hmm. Yes,
ma'am,
my
your voice not coming clear.
uh,
So low.
I'm not audible. Am I not audible?
Ma'am, you are audible, but your voice, but it's
Okay.
coming low.
Okay.
But
Okay.
ma'am, it is
Okay.
coming
Okay.
not clear.
Okay. So vertebrates are five prominent group of animal, and they are fish or pisces, amphibian, reptile, birds or apes, and mammal. So let's start with pisces. Pisces or fish. So fish we
Ma'am, it is necessary the ma'am, it is necessary the insects or animals have vertebrates, so they are mammals.
no means all vertebrates are not mammal. The vertebrates are categorized further into different category on the basis of similarity and dissimilarity. So they categorized further means first animals are categorized into two broad categories on the basis of presence or absence of vertebral column or the backbone. So invertebrates are those are not having vertebral columns. They are further categorized into eight category. We discussed all like Porphyra, Coelenterata, Platyhelminthes, Nematoda, Annelida, Arthropoda. These all means the broad category of invertebrates, mollusks and Echinodermata. These are the eight category of invertebrates. Now, so invertebrate is done. We discussed all eight category of invertebrates means on the basis of similar and similarity or dissimilarity they categorize further into different categories. And now we start the vertebrates. So vertebrates are the organism which are having the vertebral column or the backbone, but they further categorize into different categories on the basis of their similarities or dissimilarities. So they are further categorized into five broad categories like fish, amphibian, reptile, birds, and mammal. So they have different feature, and on the basis of the feature they categorize into different groups. So like fishes, they are aquatic we know, and they can be marine they can be survive in the marine water as well as the fresh water, like they can be found in ocean or as they can be found in river, pond, and lake. So both the places you can get the fishes. They have streamlined body. Streamlined body means they are the front portion is narrow, and the middle or the last portion is thick. Oh sorry, broad. So that shape help to move in water as well as in air, means birds and fishes. Yes.
Ma'am, your voice is not coming here. Yes, ma'am, your voice is not coming clear. Again.
Okay. So the bird. Okay. The birds and fishes they have a streamlined body. Their body is designed to reduce the resistance. Means the front portion of the body is narrower in comparison of the middle or the last part of the body. So means from the front it is narrower, and the from the back means in the middle they are broader like fishes. So they have gills. They do not have nose or lungs. They have gills. So they breathe through the lungs. No, sorry, gills. Sorry, and they swim with the help of fins. So the organ of locomotion are fin in fishes. So what are the features? They have fin to move. They have gills to breathe, and they have a streamlined body to reduce the resistance. So reduce the resistance so that they move easily in water and air. So means water in air means of course not fish, they can move in air, means the streamlined body is in birds also having the streamlined body, because they have to move in air, so to cut to reduce this resistance to move in air and water, they having the streamlined body. Anyway, so Pisces is broadly categorized into two types or two category, that is bony fish and cartilaginous fish. Bony fish where the skeleton is made up of bone. Cartilaginous fish whose skeleton is soft, flexible and made of cartilage. So two type of fishes are there, bony fish and cartilaginous fish. Bony fish having the skeleton made up of bone, and cartilaginous fish is made up of skeleton made up of cartilage. They are cold blooded. Fishes are cold blooded. Cold blooded means their body temperature changes with the change in the surrounding temperature, means their body temperature changes with the surrounding temperature. If the temperature of the surrounding is very low, then their body temperature itself changes, means according to the surrounding. If a high temperature is there, then their body temperature also gets high, means they do not have constant temperature like we have the constant temperature. We are the warm blooded, so fishes are cold blooded and their temperature changes with the change in the surrounding temperature. And the skeleton may that be made, that I told you, skeleton can be of bone or the cartilage. So these are the characteristics of Pisces. What? They have a streamlined body, they have fins to move, they have gills to breathe, they are cold blooded, means so that they can easily survive, means suppose they supposed to live in water, and water temperature is it goes down, means low and high according to the weather, means if it winter the water bodies they just cool down, and if it's summer then the temperature of the water become high. And these animals having capability to change their body temperature. If they would be having the constant temperature, they could not be survive. So they having capability to change according to the surrounding temperature, and this is the feature which help them to survive in harsh conditions, harsh weather conditions. So now just raise your hand and tell me the features of Pisces. Raise your hand. Only one hand. One hand. Salama. Okay, Salama Khalid, you tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, fishes have fins to move. They are moving with the help of fins, and they have gills to breathe. They are breathing through the gills, and ma'am, they are blooded, something like that. They can live in any temperature. They have not constant temperature like we have. Ma'am, they can survive in any weather.
Means because they have capability to change their body temperature, means body temperature changes itself as the temperature changes
Yes,
occur in the surrounding. Very good, mashallah. Okay, so we move to the next, that is amphibians. So amphi means both. Amphibians are animals that live both on land as well as in water. Amphi means both, so these animals can live on both the places. Their life cycle is divided into larval or tadpole stage and adult stage. They have a moist, slimy skin and webbed feet. They can breathe through moist skin in water and through lungs on land. Means amphibian, they can live, means they are true amphibian and they can live in both the places. Means they have both the type of respiratory organ as well as you can say locomotory organs, so that they can be survived on both the places, on land as well as water. Like they have webbed feet, So they can swim in water easily with the help of webbed feet, and they have strong back legs, hind legs, so they can jump on the land as well. They have lungs also to breathe on the land, and they can breathe with the help of skin. So means they can breathe through the moist skin. Cutaneous respiration occur in amphibians. Cutaneous means skin, so they can respire through the skin. They can respire through the skin, means they having the slimy skin, they having the moist skin, and skin is richly supplied with the blood capillaries. So when the water moves over their skin, so the capillaries, the blood which is there in the capillary, they absorb the oxygen which is present in the water, and they release the carbon dioxide in the water. So they capable to survive in water as well due to this cutaneous respiration. So they can respire when they are in the water, and they can be respire when they are on land with the help of lungs. In the same way, they can locomote in water with the help of webbed feet, and they having the strong back legs or the hind legs. With the help of them, they can leap on the land as well. They are also cold-blooded animals. They can change their body temperature according to the surrounding temperature. So now just raise your hand and tell me the feature of amphibians. Yes, Umam. Yes, Umam.
Ma'am,
Tell me.
ma'am, amphibians can live both on land and water. And
Yeah.
ma'am,
Yes. Quickly. Muhammad Umar, you tell me. Muhammad Umar.
amphibians can live in both land and water. They breathe in water through their moist skin, and they breathe in land by their lungs. They are cold-blooded.
Yes, very good.
Ma'am, the example of amphibians are frog,
Frogs,
salamander.
salamander. They are the what you can say example of amphibian. So what does it this cold-blooded means? Yes, Yasir Reza, you tell me what is cold-blooded? What is cold-blooded?
A full-blooded animal are those that live in water, only in water, and they cannot survive outside the water.
No. Cold-blooded means they can change their body temperature according to the surrounding. Their body temperature changes with change in the surrounding temperature. Cold-blooded means when the surrounding temperature changes, their body temperature changes itself. They are capable to change their body temperature. Got it? Amphibian means they can be survive on the amphibians both. So they can survive on both the places, on land as well as in water. But cold-blooded means their body temperature changes with change in surrounding temperature, means they are capable to change their body temperature. Don't be confused with it, okay? Okay, now move to the reptile. Reptiles are a group of mostly terrestrial animals. They are included, but some can be aquatic also. So reptile mostly they are terrestrial. The few member of this category can be aquatic. They are also cold-blooded. So we talked about Pisces, they are cold-blooded. We talked about amphibian, they are also cold-blooded, and reptiles also cold-blooded. Cold-blooded means they capable to change their body temperature according to the surrounding temperature. They have scales on their body, but the scales are like they are dry and thick scales are there on the skin. Dry and thick scales are there on the skin, and like in fishes, they are not what do you can say, they are slimy thin skin scales are there in fishes. They also having the scales. Fishes are also having scales on their body, but they having the thin and slimy scales are there on the fish's body. But on reptiles, they are having uh, dry and thick scales are there on the reptile's body. They breathe through lungs. So reptiles breathe through lungs. So their respiratory organs are lung. And the example is snake, lizard, crocodile are the example of reptiles. So what are the features of the reptiles? They are cold-blooded animals. They having a scale, dry and thick scale on their body, and they breathe through the lungs. Yes. Now raise your hand and tell me the feature of reptiles. Yes, Fariha Javed, you tell me some of the feature of reptiles.
Ma'am, reptiles are cold-blooded animals and they breathe through their lungs. Most of the reptiles can be aquatic, like crocodiles, and reptiles mostly live on land.
Yes, very good. They one more point that's not there in your book. They lay egg, and the shell of the egg is leathery. Means birds also lay egg, but their shell is hard. But reptiles egg is having shell that is leathery. Okay. Now let's move to apes or the birds. So birds are animals that can fly. We know that birds are flying. They are categorized under the aerial animals. Means aerial animals, those spend most of their time in air. So the birds are the animals, they can fly in the air. And of course I told you they can easily fly because of the body. They have the shape of the body that is a streamline, means from the front it is narrow, so that help to cut the current of air. So that have to reduce the resistance while moving in the air. So they have a streamlined body, and of course that is covered with feather. So here, like streamlined body is there in the fishes also. Their body covered with scale. There also they need to reduce the resistance while moving in water. Here also that is needed to move in air to reduce the resistance. So this streamlined body is mean for to reduce the resistance while movement in water and air. So their limbs are modified into wings for flying, and they usually live on tree. So as I told you, they categorized under the category of aerial because they most of the time they are in air.
If we have to forward to last first class teacher, one girl is there, Sidra Beg. Okay, now her name is
Okay. But the three category what we discussed, they are of cold blooded, and now the fourth category which we are discussing right now, that is warm blooded. So warm blooded means they have constant temperature. The body temperature does not change with the change in the temperature of their surrounding. They are having the constant temperature as we are having the constant temperature. In the same way, birds are also having the constant temperature. They are not capable to change their body temperature. Like I told you, fishes, amphibians, and reptiles, they are cold-blooded and they are capable to change their body temperature according to the surrounding temperature. But apes are warm-blooded. Apes are warm-blooded. They having the constant temperature. Their body temperature does not change with change in the temperature of their surrounding. So what are the features? They have a streamlined body, so that help to reduce the resistance while movement. They having the feathers on their body, The four limbs are modified into wings for help for flying, and most of the time they are flying in the air, and rest they just live on trees. And the most important feature of there is that they have hollow bones. They have hollow bones, and because of that only the body weight is light, and light body weight help in flying. Means that they have to fly in the air, so that their body weight should be what you can say light, so that they can easily fly in the air. So that is because of hollow bone. That is because of hollow bones. So they birds having hollow bone, because of that body temperature is very light, and they are warm blooded, means they are having the constant body temperature. They having the streamlined body, the body covered with the feathers. So they have beak, they do not have teeth. Yes, so these are the few features of the birds or apes. Just raise your hand and tell me the features of apes. And one more, they lay egg, and the shell of the egg is hard. Now you tell me. Yes, who is this? Fatima. Yes, you tell me. Fatima, you tell me feature of apes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, birds are terrestrial animals and they can fly. And ma'am, they have hollow bones that make their body light so that they can fly. And they have a streamlined body covered with feathers. They
Hmm.
also have wings, clawed feet, and beak. And
Hmm.
ma'am, they are warm-blooded,
They have beak. They
and their
have clawed
feathers
beak.
are
Yes.
modified into wings when they are flying.
Their body covered with the feather. They have wings to fly. They have clawed feet, and they have beak. They do not have teeth. Yes, very good. Now, mammal. Mammals are mostly terrestrial. Some are aquatic also, but mostly they are terrestrial. And mammals having fur on their body or hairs, either fur or hair. Their body is covered with the fur or hair, and they are also warm blooded. Mammals are also warm blooded like birds. So they give birth to young ones. Means like the three categories, the out of five category, four are laying egg, and the fifth category, that is mammal, they are only the animals. This is the only category of animals which what you can say give birth to young ones. They're not laying egg. Few exceptional cases you can be found in mammal also, but they are the exceptional cases like anteater. Their feature is to give birth to the young ones. And the female of the mammals, the category of the mammal, they have mammary gland, and the function of mammary gland to produce milk to feed their young ones. So female of the mammal having the mammary gland, and the function of mammary gland to produce milk to feed their young one. They have two pair of limbs, as like if we take example of human being, upper and the lower limb, two upper limb and lower limb. Otherwise other animals having the four limbs and the hind limbs. The two forelimbs and two hind limbs, most of the animals having, like here in this picture on the 3.14, bear having the two forelimbs and the two hind limbs. We human being having two upper limbs and two lower limbs. So two pair of limbs the mammal having. They breathe through lungs. We our breathing organ is the lung. means the human being also categorized under the category of mammal. So the mammals having the feature like human being, means like we also having the hair on our body, we breathe through the lungs, we are warm blooded, we are terrestrial. So these are the features, they are found in all mammals. So what are the some features of mammals? Just raise your hand. Habiba, you tell me. Yes, Habiba. Habiba, you are not in class. Anom, you tell me. Anom, you tell me some feature of mammals.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Yes, tell me some features of mammals.
Ma'am, mammal are mostly terrestrial animal.
Hmm.
Ma'am, their body is covered with fur or hair.
Hmm.
They are warm-blooded animals.
What does it mean, warm-blooded animal?
They
What
can
does Anom?
live anywhere.
Anom, tell me what does it mean, warm-blooded animal?
Ma'am, what?
What does it mean? You said warm-blooded
Ma'am,
animal.
they can live in any weather.
Warm-blooded animals.
No, ma'am, no, ma'am. No, ma'am, no.
Warm-blooded means they have
They
constant
have
body
constant.
temperature. What is your body temperature? Miss? Yes. Human
Ma'am,
human's
they
body
have
temperature.
constant temperature.
Constant temperature,
Like
and
us.
human beings body temperature is,
Ma'am, 37.
yes, 37 degrees Celsius. Degrees Celsius you should add, because in Fahrenheit that is different, in degree Celsius that is different. So 37 degrees Celsius. And what are the other features? Also tell me. Yes. Tell me. Yes, tell me. Anyway, Abu Bakr Huzaifa, you tell me. Abu Bakr Huzaifa, you tell me features of mammal. Features of mammal. Not telling. Fariha Javed, you tell me. Fariha. Fariha.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, tell me some features of mammal.
Mammals are mostly living on land,
Hmm.
and they are warm-blooded animals. They give birth to their young ones,
Hmm.
and they're having a special feature which is mammary glands,
Hmm.
which helps them to feed their young ones with the milk.
Hmm.
And they have two pairs of limbs, which are the front limbs and the back limbs,
Hmm.
and they can breathe through their lungs.
Very good,
And they
mashallah.
are most likely to human beings.
Limbs are also known as. Can you tell me? Just now I told you. Yes. Front limbs. I told just now. Yes. Anyone else can tell me the name? What we say front limbs and the back limbs. Umar, you tell me. Umar.
Ma'am, they have two pair of limbs.
What What we call front limbs? Four limbs. FORE, four. Four limbs. It's not four number one. It's FORE, four. The front one. The front limbs are also known as forelimbs, and the back limbs are known as hind limb. HIND, hind limb. Fine. So, here the chapter finished, chapter completed. We have discussed all the category of invertebrates as well as all the category of vertebrates. Yes, just now we revise the invertebrates categories. Just raise your hand and tell me, just name the different category of invertebrate. Just name. Raise your hand. Salama, you tell me name of different category of invertebrate. Just tell me,
Ma'am,
Salama.
like Nidaria, Porifera,
Porifera,
and ma'am,
Porifera, Nidaria,
Nematoda,
Nidaria is also known as
Arthropoda,
Coelenterata.
Mollusca.
Platyhelminthes. Tell me in series. Tell me in series. Porifera, Nidaria, or Coelenterata.
Ma'am, Porifera,
Porifera.
Nidaria,
Say again, Porifera.
Porifera, Nidaria,
Nidaria also known as
Porifera,
Coelenterata. Nidaria is also known as Coelenterata.
Nidaria.
Another name of Nidaria? Another name of Coelenterata. Coelenterata. Say again. Say again, beta.
Ma'am, which one?
Nidaria. Another name of Nidaria is Coelenterata. Coelenterata. Yes.
Coelenterata.
Okay. Then the next is after Coelenterata.
Platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes. Say again.
Platyhelminthes.
Very good. Platyhelminthes.
Platyhelminthes.
Very good. Now next.
Nematoda.
Yes. Then.
Ma'am, Nelida.
Annelida. Annelida. Say again.
Annelida.
Say again.
Annelida.
Yes, Annelida. Then. Then. Sixth one.
Ma'am,
Fifth one.
Arthropoda.
Arthropoda. Then. Mollusca. Then.
Then it's no dermata.
Echinodermata. Echinodermata.
Echinodermata.
Yes, very good. So now, okay. Now Muhammad. Yes, am I audible to you, Muhammad? Muhammad?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Very good. Now tell me the different categories of vertebrates. Tell me different categories of vertebrates. Yes. Muhammad.
Ma'am, I tell?
Yes, okay.
Ma'am, the different categories of vertebrates are fish, amphibians,
Fish is also
and
known as wait. Fish.
Yes, ma'am. No.
Which fish?
No, ma'am, may I tell? Salama Khalid? Ma'am, may I
No,
tell?
Muhammad.
Ma'am, there are two types.
Muhammad.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ab question.
Different categories of vertebrate, and you told fish. Fish is also known as another name for the fishes.
Ma'am, Pisces.
And then?
Ma'am, may I tell?
No, Muhammad is telling, just let him.
Amphibians, reptiles, then aves, then mammals.
amphibians, reptile, and then
Amphibians, reptile, and then
apes. Apes. What is it? Say again. Apes. Say again. Apes.
and then
Apes. 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 Another name for the apes.
bird.
Birds. Then the last category of the vertebrate is. Tell me. Last category of vertebrate, mammal. Okay.
I tell.
Just a minute. My recording was stopped, and just I was revising the things which you just now told. The example of Pisces, you told that any two fishes, rohu, shark. You can write any two. Here I told just now. You told only, and the example of arthropod also. Just now, Salama told that arthropod in two example you can write honeybee, you can write scorpion, and then reptiles. To example of reptile, here you can write snake, lizard, crocodile. Just now you people only told, and that time when this recording was stopped, that's why I am repeating. And now tell me the examples of mammals.
Ma'am, may I tell? Ma'am, may I tell?
Salama, okay, you tell me.
Ma'am, dolphin and whale.
Here also so many examples of mammals are there, but you can write any buffalo,
Ma'am,
cow,
so many examples
donkey,
are there.
buffalo, cow, donkey, any two you can write
Ma'am,
here.
black bear and dog also. Ma'am,
Yes,
black bear, dog, cat.
yes, very good. So any two. Now in the next class, inshallah, we'll discuss question, answer, and exercises. So what you have to do, you just have to read
Okay,
the
ma'am.
chapter
Okay, ma'am.
and start doing exercises and question answer wherever you feel any problem or means your doubt and query. We will discuss in the next class. So read the chapter once and start doing exercises and question answer.
Okay,
In the
ma'am.
next class, we will discuss
Okay, ma'am.
all the queries. Okay, assalamu alaikum.
And ma'am, you have to